Hello everyone, welcome to Chaudhary Data World channel. Today I'm going to cover up a new video series on Databricks, which is a very trending tool for big data technology. In that, mostly we will be focusing on PySpark right now. Later, we will move to another technologies as well of the big data. So hope you will enjoy this whole video series, and this is going to be an introductory video on Databricks, that what is basically Databricks, why it is particularly used, and why only Databricks is in front of us today as a most demanding tool for big data technology. So all these questions I will be answering in this particular video. So let's get started with the video. First and very most common question coming to our mind is, what is Databricks? It's nothing but it's a company. Databricks is a company that develops web-based platform for working with Spark. Here the things to be noted that we are working on Spark itself, but we are working on with a on a web-based platform of a company that is called as Databricks. And Spark is something which is basically for the big data handling, a widely used tool. So going ahead with the definition, company that develop web-based platform for working with Spark that provide automated cluster management. That means this as the Databricks also provides one feature of cluster management, which is automatically managed for big data analytics or large data sets, whatever you want to say. So two main confusions you can have right now, that what is a Spark, and another one that what is cluster management in whole of this definition. So let's go ahead and see what this Spark is. Spark is nothing but it's an application, or it's a technology developed by Apache. Apache is another one company which develops this Spark, also known as Apache Spark. It's a distributed computing system. Distributed computing system. Now this unknown term comes here, that what is distributed computing system, which is designed to process large scale data quickly and efficiently. So Spark is right now also not clear that what it is Spark and what it is this distributed computing system into the Spark. So then we will see what is distributed system. It's nothing but a collection of multiple computers, since you are having a big data, right? And the very previous technology, or the old technology in which where our data was handled, was on a single system, or on a single computer, due to which the data management and the data operation was becoming slow because of the heavy data. Since there is the RAM into our system and the CPU into our system, so if suppose you are handling some particular data set in onto a single system, and if suppose that particular data set only getting handled on 4 different systems by having separated with different varieties of chunks, that means suppose 1,000 rows into some particular data, it is over into a data set. And if you are having 4 different systems, that means 4 different computers you are having, you can divide it on the basis of 250 250 250 data, right? uh, Calculating and giving operation on 250 data for a single computer will become very easy and even more efficient and fast, right? So that particular technology, that means dividing all the data in onto our different computers in evenly format, that will be managed by our Databricks and that Spark thing. That's only called as distributed computing system. That means it's a collection of multiple computers that work together to perform a computation or solve a problem. That means it's nothing but if you are having any computation, it will divide on different computers. Another thing we are having, that is cluster management. Now you are pretty much clear with this Spark thing. What is a Spark? And under that Spark, what is that distributed computing system? You are mostly clear to it. Now another term comes into this Databricks is cluster management. It is a platform which additionally gives the feature of automated cluster management. Now, what is cluster management? So for that, we'll be watching that what is cluster first. Cluster is nothing but group of computers which we saw in the distributed computing system. That means it's a group of computer or servers. Server is nothing but the computer. You can assume like this, that the computer is which is on the cloud, which is not in front of you. It is called as server, if you are aware of. So group of computer or server that work together to store and process large amount of data, it is called as cluster. That means group of computer, in short you can remember like this, that group of computer is called as cluster. Now this cluster management is nothing but configuring and monitoring, because if you are having multiple computers, it might happen that some of the data is having some discrepancy into it. It is something which can throw error for some particular data, and there are suppose 4 computers in front of you which is dealing up with the 1000 data, 250 data each is dealing up with. In fourth computer, suppose if that particular 250 records of data, it is somewhere failing due to some reason. So how that will be monitored? That only technology we are having different tools to manage that. So that is getting managed by Databricks itself. It is for configuring and monitoring, because configuring this cluster is also a very precious thing which is getting managed by Databricks itself. So configuring and monitoring the hardware and software resources of the cluster, allocating resources to different tasks, scheduling and dispatching jobs to the computer. This might sound you little bit more technical, but it's not that much. Only layman, in layman term, it is something like that, that you have given some particular job to a whole system on in which there is a cluster which is having several computers or networks on which that data is getting divided and then it is computed over there. So that's it. That's all about this Databricks. Now moving ahead, what else like Databricks? It's a common question coming to anybody's mind. There are various platforms including Databricks which does the same and which having the same functionality as the Databricks. The very famous are two. I haven't considered all of them. You can search on the web. You can get the results that how what are the competitors, who are the competitors of Databricks, and why only Databricks is famous instead of all the others. Even Amazon EMR is also famous, Cloudera is also famous, but not as much as Databricks, because Databricks is something which is very versatile. It is integrated with each of the cloud platforms. But this Amazon EMR is basically more likely to be influenced with the Amazon part. That means AWS, it will handle by AWS itself. So due to configurational issue and all, these apart from this Databricks, these particular companies are not into that much picture. That means they are not that much popular. We can see what are the points have written over Amazon EMR and Cloudera. In Amazon EMR, it's written that need more configurational setup, due to which this is not getting widely used. Need the Spark and Hadoop knowledge. Whoever is the developer, whoever is computing that particular data set is should have the knowledge of Spark and Hadoop, as you need to have configurational setup as well. Integration with other platform is not easy. It is getting integrated as Databricks it, but Databricks is having the very simplest form of integrating, and this integration with other platforms in Amazon EMR is a bit tough. Need more technical person to handle. So that's about this Amazon EMR, which are drawbacks of Amazon EMR, due to which that is not getting widely used, and as much as this Databrick has been the market capture, it is not having. Amazon EMR is not having. Cloudera, it's also having few of the drawbacks which has written over in front of that. Requires more technical expertise to set up and manage, and not easy integration. Integration is used through API. That means each time you need to integrate with having API. So these are some of the drawbacks due to which Databricks is that much popular, and other tools and technologies which are for this Spark management, it is not that much popular. The last slide we are having, why only Databricks? Why this Databricks even used by people? we know that if we are having big data, if we want to handle big data and the large data sets, Databricks is there for you. Spark is there for you. Spark is the technology which is getting handled by Databricks. Databricks is nothing but a simple company which having the different features integrated for handling big data. So here you can see that unified analytics platform that provides a collaborative environment for data scientists, data engineer, and business analysts. So the question comes that there was Hadoop and Spark initially in previous old days when the big data was getting handled. The developer was having knowledge of a Spark, and then the another thing is Hadoop. So these were something which was there to handle the big data, but right now only Databricks is getting used, and it is majorly used, you may say. The reason is you can, on a single platform, you are having various features to manage cluster automatically, everything you are having there. And apart from that, the very important feature due to which it is getting used, that data scientists can also use this Databricks platform to compute their computations. Data engineers can also do it for pipeline creation and all. Business analyst also can have for the analysis purpose of the data. For all of them, this is the single go-to platform on which each of them can collaborate and work very efficiently, due to which this Databricks is in major use right now. Work together on large data processing, machine learning, and advanced analytics tasks. This is whole about why Databricks is used. Another point, data processing and ETL means these are some of the points which I have written over there so that you can take a note down of it, and you can refer later. That data processing and ETL is becoming very easy on Databricks. Machine learning and deep learning even works very well on it. Business intelligence and reporting is done on it. Streaming analytics, if you are not aware of, you can go on the web and search. Streaming analytics is nothing but if you are having some data, so you can assume like this, that you are having some particular sensor, and that sensor is throwing up the data in each second, millions of data. Okay, that data is a very large data, correct, and that needs to be computed. So that is only called as streaming analytics, the real-time analytics of the data. Databricks can be used for real-time streaming analytics, enabling organization to process and analyze streaming data in real time. After that, another feature is graph analytics. Databricks provide built-in support for graph analytics as well, making it easy to analyze complex relationship and pattern in data. So that was whole about this introductory video on Databricks. Hope you've enjoyed this video, in this introductory video. In upcoming videos, we will be going further with this Databricks, and stay tuned to the channel for upcoming videos as well for Databricks. And if you found this video helpful, kindly like to the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new to here, and stay tuned to the channel for whole of the Databricks course on it. Thanks.